This reaction video has been made family friendly. Hey guys, welcome back. Jim here once again. I'll take my glasses off because of all of the reflection from all of the lights in here. I have done a little bit of changes with the lighting in the room, so hopefully, you can see me a little bit better because the last few videos were a bit janky in that regard. But thank you guys so much for watching a lot of the videos that I've been putting out. And I just want to say a quick shout out to Karina007 for this one. This is a suggestion from them. So here is the thing. This so Karina007 suggested JP there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce the last name, so I apologize in advance. I'm probably not even going to try, in the risk of actually offending somebody, because I'm sure it will be that bad. But they are from Finland and is a low-end baritone. So far we've been focusing on mostly high vocals. With both Elise and Nils, and also James Labrie as well. So this is very interesting. So they went on to say, really love his voice. For his English songs, I would suggest either Colder, which is the one that we're going to have a look at. It's the first one that I was able to find. Alright, so Future Jim here, just as a thing, we're not just going to look at Colder, we're going to look at another song as well afterwards. Past Jim just didn't know this at the time, so stick around. This was from the band, I believe it's called Charon, or Charon, I'm not 100% sure. Again, my pronunciation is awful on all things, so I apologize profusely if I bugger any of this up. So, I'm actually really excited to hear this low-end baritone voice. Now, the reason being, I also adore a good baritone bass voice. But low-end baritone, this is going to be really interesting for this style of music, if it is what I'm thinking. But without any further ado, let's have a look. So JP, let's give this a play. Hang on, give me a second, guys. The quality is set to the highest it actually can be. Interesting. Okay, that's fine. It's going to look a little bit blurry.
Come along with the whispering cold and fall. They left you nothing more to seek from here. So
okay. This tone is stunning. It is pure. It is majestic. I'm going to go back a little bit because there was a few things going on, and I wasn't able to pay complete attention because I'm still setting myself up in here, and things are a bit weird at the moment. Wow. Okay. So let's give this another listen.
come along with the whispering cold and fall. They left you nothing more to seek from here.
Seek from here. The range in this is really quite interesting. Something that I absolutely love with these lower voices, and with tones like this as well. There are some that are incredibly, what's the word? Okay, it's incredibly misleading, I want to say. Like, it sounds lower or sounds higher than what it is. For instance, the voice of Kenny Rogers, right? He's got this tone that makes everything sound a lot lower, so when you actually go to sing his stuff, you go, oh, this is actually quite high. This seems, to me, at the moment, the opposite. Like, it seems like his voice is higher than what it actually is, and when, in actual fact, if I try and work out what note that is. Let's go back, because I've got my little piano set up here.
They left you nothing more to seek from here.
To seek from here. Oh, I found it straight away. That's a low G. Seek from here. So, the G flat into a G. That's low. Like, that is a low voice.
So roll the feast in flames unforgettable. Take a bow to the end, reload your remorse. Every line's a thorn bite through your eyes, still remains.
There's I love this kind of style. I love the I don't know how to put into words, but there's a very specific aesthetic to this song, to the music here. This kind of dark, brooding a thing at this particular point in time, and I keep going on about songs being stories, and you kind of get that with this already at the beginning. It really kind of pushes that story onto you, and it's quite nice. I just need to go back here for a second.
Every line's a thorn bite through your eyes, still remains the everlasting hope for a better one. If it has made you colder, turning your life for justice.
Sorry, I caught myself making a face like I was frowning and hating it. That's not what this is. I was trying to work out, because I hear three voices there. I think they are just doing octaves. I don't believe they are doing what would... It's still a harmony. Octaves are still a harmony, but not harmony in what you would normally hear a harmony, where it's either the third or the fifth. Usually.
If it has made you colder, turning your life for justice.
Just an octave. Yeah, female voice doing the higher octave. Okay, that's nice. I actually like octaves. I love hearing like a full 4-part harmony, don't get me wrong. That sort of thing's really nice. But when it comes to stylistically, sometimes stylistically it won't fit. And that's exactly... I don't know if they may add another harmony in here at some point. But if they came out completely straight away and then were doing like a 4-part harmony there, I just don't think it would feel like what they're trying to portray. But what they're doing here is quite lovely. And Future Jim here once again. I've just interjected this because I've cut a little bit out of this video. The reason is it was just several minutes of Jim not realizing that the higher harmony was in fact happening. It wasn't just a higher octave. It was I believe it was a third. But past Jim didn't realize, and I think he spent something like 6 or 7 minutes trying to work it out and going, why didn't I hear this? So the only reason that I've interjected this is so that I can cut that part out and let you guys know, because we've got a very long video here. Yeah, I think it's a third. I don't know how I was mishearing that, but I'll blame my brain meds. Okay, sorry. The human in me completely buggered that up. But yes, the female voice is doing I believe it's a third harmony, where the two male voices are doing octaves. I'm not sure why my brain wasn't processing that. Yeah, I'm probably going to blame migraine medication at this point. Migraines are not fun. But anyway, let's continue on. I actually want to hear more from that female voice. I love the tone of that, and it reminds me of someone someone obscure, like really obscure. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Like I'm pretty sure even future Jim will probably not work out who it was, but bro's just gonna call me out like that. I mean, you're right. Doesn't mean you need to call me out. I want to hear more from her. So yeah, so at that point we've still got the female doing that harmony line there. Okay, before we get into this kind of bridge section or whatever they're going to be doing here, probably some form of solo or bridge. So far, I'm adoring this. This is really nice. Just, I'd like to hear more. I'd like to hear more of the female vocal, to be honest. But again, it's not. It's probably not her song. I don't know if they just brought her in for backing vocal purposes or not. But what I would love to hear, and it's probably just the song, I'd like to hear more from him. I feel like there's some more height there that he's not using. I feel like there is more height in his voice that could be tapped into, but the song's probably just not calling for it at this point. I would love to hear kind of every facet of this voice. To be honest, just doing one song kind of does that sometimes, where it's like, okay, like, because I'm obviously reacting to this song, this is what's in front of me, I've got to react to this. This is going to be one of those vocalists that I actually do a deep dive on and have a listen to a lot more of their stuff after this video, because people like Jeff Castellucci from Voice Play, right? The guy that does their bass work. He has a phenomenal upper register as well. Phenomenal height to his voice, as well as the insane lows that he pulls off. I feel like that's going to be a similar case here. But again, this song's probably just not calling for that, so it's not being utilized, which is totally fine. It's totally fine for that to be a thing. I am still enjoying it. I don't want any of that to sound at all like any form of negative. Because it's not. I'm not, and I don't mean it that way by any means. I'm just giving my honest opinion to what I'm hearing and where my mind is at. If it has made you colder. Okay, because we've definitely got an octave, like a full-blown octave in his range. But I feel like there's more. I feel like there's more. So future Jim here again. Now what I wanted to do is to come in here, because again, there's some more things that have been cut. It was my final thoughts on that song. Basically, I'm just going to sum it up. I liked the song, I thought it was really good, but I started going into about a 15-minute rant whether or not there is more to the voice, to his voice, more range, because I could hear that there was more height, there was more depth, and I spent all of that time, and it was a genuine 15 minutes, debating whether or not to do a second song to give it the best possible chance that I could to see everything. Well, not everything, obviously. You can't do that in 2 songs. But just to see more. And I really wanted to see more because I was so sure I was right. And I was. Okay, so this is going to be the first time, and it's probably not going to be the only time that I do this, but I wanted to hear so much more that I've decided to double up this video with another song. For a couple of reasons. One, I haven't been recording all that long. Past Jim saying he hadn't recorded that long was an outright lie. The recording had gone on for about 40 minutes at that point. However, it was mostly internal monologue. Anyway. There wasn't that much to speak about in that last one, but I'm sure there is so much more. I'm sure there is. So what I've actually done, another song that Karina007 suggested was I Once Had Wings by Dark Sarah. And so I'm going to play that. It doesn't have a video clip. It's just got the album art. From what I can see, there are a couple of live performances, but I want to hear the recording of this to get an idea of it.
Once had wings and held a godly string among these kings, but oh, how did I sin? I fell from grace.
What is this? What is this? I'm not saying that because it's weird and wacky. It is weird and wacky. Do not get me wrong. This is interesting. This is very interesting. There's more of a gruffness to the voice. It's still in that kind of same range. I think this is probably done a few years after. So his voice may have aged a little bit in that time. What is this?
And became the one displaced. What happened next? I did not expect. They punished me for my sins, burned my wings. You see the scar.
Okay, so what I was saying earlier about a voice sounding deeper than what it is, he's actually, this is what I'm talking about. His voice is deep, right? But what he is actually currently singing is higher than what it sounds like.
Once they had stolen my wings, I left the kings to live in the dark.
The song is from at 6 minutes, so there's going to be some changes here for sure.
Let history just tell its tales.
Ooh.
Your scars will fade, another day will break. We all have made.
Oh, I love her voice.
Mistakes, but you have paid them back with your heartache.
Hang on. Okay, cool. I'm just going to point out, that voice really hit me. That voice, her voice really, spoke to me in a weird storytelling kind of way. But it's very similar thing to the Crystalline video, right? Hearing Nils and Elise sing together was very important, because hearing them together, you want them to blend together. In this particular case, I'm hoping that does the same thing. I'm hoping that their voices are going to come together, and I'm going to have another one of those real big nerd moments of me just, like, freaking out.
A few mistakes.
I have a feeling I will somehow.
You have paid them back with your heartache.
What the song is giving me is Imaginarium vibes, like Nightwish's album Imaginarium. Kind of that story time meets like an old school carnival type deal, especially with that kind of first vocal section in the beginning. And as the song is going through, it's progressing into more. It is definitely progressing. Like it would almost be considered progressive.
Lost everything just for a small flame. I had nothing, and welcome death to bring me some guidance. I got back my highness, and in this silence I moved to the world's end. I could see all the stars all the time, 'cause it was dark.
It's a really interesting place. The voice is in such an interesting place here. It's again, it sounds so much lower than what it actually is.
It was dark. One part of me died when I couldn't fly, and then I left the sky.
It's definitely not that lower octave. There it is. I called it. I called it. Thank you. Okay, cool. The voices come together. They're very nice, and I called it. There's more to his voice than what he was doing in that song. Going back. Yes! Ah! That harmony worked too. That is beautiful. I knew there was more to his voice. I knew there was more to that range. I knew there was more hype there. I called it. So I'm so happy that I've moved on to listening to this song as well. I'm so happy I decided to do that. I nearly didn't, but I decided, no, I'm going to do it because I'm sure there is more, and this is brilliant. This is amazing. I'm so happy. And the voices do blend so nicely together. I do not know who she is. I will work that out. I'm guessing she is some form of Sarah. I don't know. That's probably a lie. Give me a sec. I'll see if I can actually. Maybe it's. Oh, comments are turned off in the video. In the video here. So that's interesting. Okay, I will have a look into this band later on. Wow. Oh my god. I'm so glad that I've moved and did more.
There's a hidden door. I've seen it
need to stop here a little bit again, right? Because 2 reasons, right? He's telling a story, and I love it. And he is the conduit for this story. It is brilliant because these guys so far, from what I can tell, right? I know nothing about them, but just from listening to their songs, I make a few assumptions, right? And the assumptions are this: that they feel their music, okay? They know what they're writing about, and they know how they feel about what they're writing about. They're not just putting words on a page, they're telling a story. I don't know whether this is from some form of concept album. By the looks of the artwork and from what I'm hearing, it feels like it easily could be, right? His voice is just outstanding. Her voice is incredible as well. She's got this like classical styling to her voice that I'm going to deep dive into her stuff as well at some point. I am probably going to fixate on these guys for the next month. I'll try not to do that as far as the videos that I do reflect, because I'm sure after a month it would get, it would be like, Jim, do something else, bro. But there's a story here, and these guys know how to tell it. And I love that. I love that.
Once more.
And the music really takes you somewhere, you know? Like, hearing this part here just made me feel like I was in the middle of Paris somewhere.
Let history just tell its tales.
The forgotten art of key change is back! Oh my god! I am... I'm nerding out. I'm nerding out again. Okay. I'm really happy that I've moved on to this song, because I keep saying key changes are a forgotten art. Key changes are there and to be used as a tool to make you go, whoa, take a step back from it for a moment and go, yes, okay, this song has progressed further. There is more to this story. There is more stakes. There are more stakes involved. And this is... I need to go back. Okay, I need to go back. I didn't expect it either. It was a surprise key change, and I love it. I don't know what to say, really. That's so cool! I love that! Like, I need to go back to that key change. I'm really sorry. I know I keep harping on. No, back further. No, further. But, like, I just take this ride with me for a moment, right? So I love music. I love everything to do with music. I think it's absolutely stunning. I love dramatics. I love drama in music. I think music has so much potential to be that story, you know? And then to utilize all of these different things, right? The female voice, the male voice, all of these different instruments working in tandem, the harmony work, It is almost a musical. You could throw this on stage and make a musical based around this. 100%. And I would go and spend many, many dollars making sure to go and see this. Because I love this. I love to just get lost in this, right? And what we miss so much in today's music is this ride. Music is, like, for me, I find so much solace in music being this journey. Anybody that did Australian English for their HSC in 2009 to 2012 will cringe at me mentioning the word journey, but that's beside the point. We've got to, like, broadcast this stuff more. There's so many things, there's so much in the world of music that can be brought to the forefront. And had it not been for Karina 007, who mentioned this in my the Dynasty video, I would never have known about this. And this is just majestic. Like, they've used everything in their arsenal. These guys know music. They know how music works. They have used every bit of their knowledge to make this story and to make it work and to make it impactful, and I am all for it, and I will defend this till the day I die, not to say that anybody is not defending it and going against it. I adore this, and for this kind of story to progress into what it did and then give you the surprise key change at the end there to just take it with, like, just when you think, okay, this is the time to relax, it grabs you and, like, pulls you back in. It is insane. I love it. I love this so much. And her voice complements it so well too with the harmony. Starting to come down, but it's still got that dramatic feel, and then nothing. Oh, I love that. I love that. The Golden Moth album, I'm going to listen to that whole thing because I really want to hear the rest of that album, because I want to know if it's a concept album. I'm sure it is. Man, that is just absolutely stunning. That is absolutely stunning. And I know I keep harping on about that story. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure these guys know exactly what they were doing with this album. It takes so much thought to come out with a concept album. Like, so much. You know, and when it comes to the mainstream, a lot of the time, concept albums don't do very well. There are a few exceptions, don't get me wrong. Queen's Night at the Opera and Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell album. Concept albums. Fantastic. Pink Floyd, The Wall, that did really well. But they are very few and far between. There are so many beautiful concept albums, and you know, this may not be a concept album, and I'm just going on a rant about concept albums. But the story in them is so good. And you know what? the story in that individual song was just as good. That is to me the mark of not just good musicians, brilliant musicians, where you can take a song from an album and it's its own story. You don't have to understand the context of where it sits in that album, just that it is. And holy heck, I will listen to so much more of these guys. So Karina 007, thank you so much for introducing me to these guys. Seriously, I will 100% go through all of this. This is a little bit of a longer video because I've done the 2 songs, right? But I am so happy that I've done this because it just is so good. So good. I'm such a nerd when it comes to music and like big stories, big dramatic things. It's so refreshing to hear that this sort of thing is still happening and still, still being written. I know I'm rambling. I know I am, but I just can't explain the excitement I get when I find something like this that really speaks to me. The voice in the first song, brilliant. The song was really, really good. This is a whole other level for me. And that might just be personal opinion. It may be. Some people might prefer that first song to this one. I prefer this one just because of all of those beautiful pieces of music. All of that knowledge comes together to make this thing that's almost better than the sum of its parts. Do you know what I mean? God, when things are utilized well, the amount of just insanity that you can create. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the episode on JP. I will put the name here. His last name here. I cannot pronounce it, and I will not try. Thank you so much for watching. If there are any other videos that you would like me to listen to, any other artists, please link them. But well, not link them, but like please let me know down below, and I will add them to a list. I've got a very quickly growing list of people to check out, and I am so glad that I chose to do this today. This is going to keep me energized for the rest of the day. No joke. No joke. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys next time. Okay, bye-bye.